We're here to cover the San Francisco 18-foot Skiff International. Again, you beauty, can't wait. This is going to be excellent. Weather conditions, as you can see, quite cloudy, very cool as usual, and a little bit of fog coming under the bridge there. And we're in for one hell of a week of hot skiff racing. We've got some great boats here. The only one missing from this lineup this year, and they didn't come last year, of course, but is Sevi Jarvin's world champion, JJ Giltman champion. Gotta love it, 7, but the rest of the pack is looking red hot. We've got 4 boats from Sydney. We've got Murray Precious Smeg come down for the first time for a while, got a new boat. John Winning, Yandu, great out here. Grant Rollison's bought the Western Australian entry, was the Slam. He calls it Mounts Bay Sailing Club these days. He doesn't carry the Slam signage, but we've got him down as Slam in our Pick the Speed. More on that later. John O'Witty's here with a makeshift crew. He won't probably go all that well, but today he might. It's pretty light out there, so we'll just see how that pans out. And of course, last year's champion, fellow Fisher Lawyers, Coco. Now there's a big blow up this morning in the lift coming out of the Cow Hollow where we're staying. Coco is not sailing the boat today. He's sustained an injury a couple of weeks ago in Sydney. It's a back or neck problem, and lo and behold, though, Trevor Barnabas, Chesty Trev, is going to step straight into that boat and take it for a spin today. Not sure if Coco will do any sailing at all, but we hope he can. So that's how it's setting up. Howie Hamlin, of course, is here. He's got a brand new boat, top-notch American crew. And Howie's, as I said, is got a new boat, got a great crew again. The guys got Matty Noble and Paul on board. They've been out testing a couple of weeks ago here, so that I'm sort of tipping them to be right up there at the end of this regatta, and I think they're my tip to actually win it. I'd have a punt, but I'm not so good at that. So anyway, let's set you up. We've got 6 days here. We've got a lay day on Wednesday. There's 10 heats, 2 today, 2 tomorrow, Monday, 2 on Tuesday, lay day Wednesday, and on Thursday is the classic double. We've got an early race, and then we have the famous bridge-to-bridge chaos, and won't be up in the helicopter this year. Howie's helicopter's been pulled apart for a big service, but he's bought up a little speed catamaran, so we have to get out on that to cover that mighty event for you on Thursday afternoon. That's about it. We'll get the racing started, and pretty shortly the boats are just starting to go out. It's pretty soft here, but we'll pick up all the action when they get this line set. The PRO out there, I can see him setting up. I think it's Johnny Siegel's taken over that role this year, as we've lost our other PRO. I just can't think of his name. Johnny Craig, that's it. He's gone over to the AC people, and so has Melissa has gone with him. But we've got Robbie on board here this year. He does a great job, and helped out by the beautiful Jessica. Back to you shortly with race 1. Okay, folks, we're about to get the first race of the San Francisco 18-foot Skiff International underway. We just saw a puff of smoke come out of John Siegel's rib out there, the protector. I think you can see it in the vision at the moment. Breeze has picked up a bit since we spoke to you in that intro, and it's a nice little breeze, probably around the 15 knots that they forecast, so it's enough for these guys with their second rigs on today. Just looking at the line, it's long enough, and there's a little red can, Simon. If you come around to the right, you can see a little red buoy down there near that other big floater. I don't know what that is, but some sort of a marker. But that's our line, and the way this breeze is coming off this shore, there's a big opportunity for a port hand start here if somebody wants to take it on. Last year it was very successful. You have to get a good start in these fleets. If you're not in the first half a dozen around that top turn mark up at the Golden Gate, you've got all sorts of problems. A long chase from there. So this course is three legs of this course today. They're pretty much windward lewards. They start where they are. That's the start-finish line. They go up to the Golden Gate, back through a gate right in front of us. There's 2 big yellow cans out there. They have to go through that gate, going downhill, and then it's right down to Alcatraz and back up to the gate. So it's 3 laps of that, and probably inside about 3 minutes to go now, and we'll come back to you about a minute to go and just see how they're all settling down for that first rack up of race 1. Okay, so I'd say we're probably inside a minute as the boats are starting to try and get a spot on that line, and I can see Murray press that red sail of Smeg. He's just come back down. The tide's running in, so he's come hurtling back in with a tide under him, and he obviously likes that boat end, as does quite a few of them. Johnny Winning's more towards the pin. He's setting up down this side, and it's a bit difficult to pick out the sail signs at this angle. They're aiming straight at us, but I can see Trevor Barnabas in Thurlow Fisher. He's just to weather of Smeg. And Alex Valling, CT Batten's got a nice little spot up right on the boat there. And Yamaha, the other New Zealand boat. McDermott is liking that boat in as well. So I reckon we're probably 15 seconds to go now would be all. The way they're finally starting to rack themselves up. And we'll get race 1 away any second. And I can see the boat that's taking on the pin end is the O Canada. 10 seconds to go. O Canada from Newfoundland is going to try and pull the port tack off, and he's not going to get away with it. All the starboard tackers are right down that end, so bad luck, fellas. So they're off and racing. Good start, clean start. Pretty easy to get a good clean start today with this 1.9 knot run-in tide. Is holding them back from that line just nicely. See Trevor Barnabas has got a bit of company up there, but he looks like he's got his bow forward into some clear air and is looking pretty good. He's got his bow up to these other boats. They've got their bows down coming into this shore, and I think John Winning is probably one of the early boats into this shoreline. We'll just have to see what happens when they tack back. Come back to you then. Okay, so this is going to be our first crosses off the start line, and cameras on USA Black, Skip McCormick and John Winning's Yandu, who's screwing him up nicely. To leeward of him is Smeg, Howie Hamlin's CST Composites, and Howie's going to cross. Ooh, it's very close. No, he's gone back because the starboard tacker, Trevor Barnabas, and the leader of this race right now would appear to be Yamaha, the Kiwi boat, and the other old CST boat. I'm not sure of the name of that, but you can see Johnny Winning picked up a nice puff there. He's got across the front of Thurlow Fisher Lawyers. And Johnny Winning in the Yandu is right into this in this early stage of this race, so it's looking pretty good. Up the first beat, we thought it'd be close. This run-in tide will keep them all pretty much compressed together, but it was just going to be interesting to see if those boats that banged this St Francis Yacht Club shore would come out with that lift, but the boats out wide did okay, and so I think it's going to be like this all the way up Chrissy Field shore to the first turn mark. Come back to you when we see some more crosses. Okay, so we're on Howie Hamlin's CST Composites here. He's come right into the club shore, and you can see how his bow goes up. As those puffs hit him, he's getting his bow right up. Bow's gone down now, though. And all the other boats, Johnny Winning's just tacked to come back in, so this could be an interesting cross. Smeg's coming across on a nice one. Maybe that there's a little bit more pressure out wider, and it's worth going out into that tide just to get more powered up. And John Winning, as you can see, Yandu just in front of Yamaha, is coming back. Starboard tack, and it'd be interesting. I've got a feeling he might be our leader at this point. So there it is, John Winning, Yandu, Noddy in the bow, and Gibbo on the sheet. Early leader of the first heat of the San Francisco 18-foot Skiff International. Go Woody. Okay, so this race has really tightened up at the top mark for the first time. There's 3 boats. John Winning, Yandu had a nice little lead, but those guys, Yamaha and Thurlow Fisher, went out wider, and that's where Woody got his advantage back on the fleet the last time. So out wide seems to be working at the moment, pushing more tide, but obviously more pressure out in the centre. So it's a ding-dong battle now. You've got Thurlow Fisher, the white shooter Thurlow just rolling over the top of John Winning. Murray Press in the red sails is Smeg. Yamaha didn't jibe. He's come down this shoreline. I don't know why I'd be going out in the tide if I was him, but Yamaha's just jibing now. And that's the crew from New Zealand. Nice job, those guys. David McDermott, Andrew Archibald and Chris Burgess doing a great job so far. First of the Kiwis. So that's our race right now. Can't see Howie anywhere. He was my pick for today. I fancied Howie to win this race because he's been doing a lot of practice and he's got a quick boat and a great crew. But Howie's in catch-up mode right now. So we'll just let them go, and they're about, once they go out in the centre, they'll be jibing and coming back through this gate mark right in front of us. We'll pick up the action then and see who's leading. So here they come under Spinnaker, coming down to the gate for the first time, and boy oh boy, there's been some changes in the pack, and Trevor Barnabas just in front of Smeg there, and Johnny Winning, who led pretty much up that beat and got rolled right on the turn mark up there. So this is the race, folks. This is the the race to get through the gate. And the guy that's looking pretty good to me is Alex Vallings in the CT Battens out there. He's come from nowhere because these guys have got to jibe back now and get through that gate. And that tide's running in pretty quickly, so they don't want to delay it. Yamaha still leads them. Not Coco, stand-in Trevor Barnabas for the injured Michael Coxon will be second. Yamaha jibes now to go back with them. And I would say it's a line ball now. I think CT Battens is going to be third on the racetrack. He's got right away over Smeg. This could be interesting. Whether he pushes this, Smeg's going back. He doesn't like the look of that. So, and Alex Vallings has jibed his boat. So, I don't know if Smeg wanted to go this way, but he's been forced back. So that's the race, folks. It's really tightened up under Spinnaker. The rest of the back markers, can't see Howie Hamlin. I might have put the kiss of death on Howie. I was talking he's up his chances earlier. And Howie, I can't see at the moment unless he's slipped through my radar. No, can't find him. I'll get back to you about that. Anyway, that's our race. Smeg's hurling down the side of the club shore here, and the other boats, Yamaha, the other leader, Thurlow Fisher, have gone out wide into the tide. And this all lines up. You can see the speed of these boats for our Pick the Speed competition today in the first race. And these boats, I don't know, the Velocitec Speed Puck will give us the mail at the end of the race, but they're looking like they're getting some good speeds out of those boats. I would say 16, maybe up towards 20 in the gust. So there it is, folks. I'll get back to you with some more information to see who's the closest halfway through this race later on. Back to you shortly. Well, this has turned into a very interesting race now. As they went through the gate, we saw Yamaha had a narrow lead and pushed Smeg back into the shoreline here, but didn't think he was liking that too much, but as it's turned out to be golden for him. He's actually led the fleet round the bottom mark, so our leader is Smeg from CT Battens, Alex Vallings, who actually took his boat right out into the centre for maximum tide push, and he is in second place. And I think we're looking at Yamaha in third. So another shuffle of the deck. If this is a very close race, we'll button off here because it's just too far away to pick it too much up with the camera. But we'll just give you the update and we'll pick them up as they come through the gate for the first time.